Yep, there it is.
Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summer Library and Bookstore Tour. I'm Maria Dismondy, the founder of Cardinal Rule Press. We are a children's book publisher in Southeast Michigan with a focus on producing picture books that reflect modern day diversity and the golden rule. We believe in the importance of supporting others in the book industry. And today we will be highlighting Mocha books. And I want to introduce to you Shanka McClory from Mocha Books. You are the founder and operator. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Hi. So Shanka, tell us a little bit about your bookstore and where you're tuning in from.
I am tuning in from, I guess it started out as a reading room, but now it's like the little warehouse or a local spot. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And our bookstore focuses on Black, Indigenous, Latinx, people of color books and authors and main protagonists. And we do a lot of focus as well on independent authors.
Awesome. And I feel like I'm just so happy to be able to highlight what you're doing because we need. Actually, I had someone reach out to me. We need more bookstores like you, and you might be able to help me with this. I had someone reach out to me for a book list or a list of bookstores like yours, and I only have like 3 or 4. So if you know more than that, we'll have to get together after this. And
oh, definitely, I do.
And we were talking beforehand, and actually, you are familiar with our title, Dazzling Travis, which was written by a Latinx author, and it has a Black character as the boy Travis. So that was really cool that you were familiar with one of our authors. So. Now, there is something super cool about what you're doing. You started out online. When did you start and when and why? Tell me when and why you started this program.
I started in 2017, March 2017. I just decided to go ahead and step out there, and I formed the LLC. I didn't have anything else really lined up. I just knew I wanted to do this, and I knew I was going to do it online. So I just went ahead and made sure my name was saved so no one can take it. It's named Mocha Books, simply, mocha hued Black and brown people, and books, literature is what we do. So it's really pretty simple. I homeschooled my children for a few years, and we would go to the library every single day. We weren't that far. We were about down the street and around the corner. And I could not find books that looked like us or that looked like them and that had stories or positive stories, I want to say. I do a lot of focus around Black joy. We have lots of books around, enslavement and civil rights, and all those books are important, a part of our history. We need to see more joy. We need to see Black and brown characters being inventive and creative and silly. So those are the kind of books that I focus on. So I started with books in my house that me and my kids had outgrown. I simply put them on the website, and then I started to do a lot of book reviews, and it just jumped from there.
That's awesome. And you were talking about joy, and you were talking about characters. And that was one of the reasons I went into publishing, because when I was a teacher a long time ago, 2006, I couldn't find books with humans to read to my students. There were not a lot of realistic fiction books. And I taught in a diverse community. And again, my students couldn't see themselves within the pages. First of all, there weren't human characters, and they were all Caucasian characters. And so that's what inspired me to get into the book business. So that is really cool. I love the fact, and I'm excited because you're going to show us a couple of books, and I'm hoping maybe they're examples of Black joy. Now, Shanka, this is something that I think is so cool. Tell me about the idea of going mobile.
So yeah, I already knew that I didn't want a physical space that I was tied down to. I have a physical space. It's where I store my books. People are welcome to come to the space, but I knew I didn't want to be tied down to one space. I wanted to be able to go into the community that I'm representing, and I wanted to be able to, show them and let them have more access to the books, because yeah, my bookstore is important and libraries are important, but if they can't get there, it really doesn't do anything for our community. So
I have
my
the
focus
chills
is to
right
go
now.
out.
Like, I don't know if you realize how powerful this is. I mean, look at us right now. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but Michigan, we're still, I wouldn't say we're on lockdown, but it's still pretty tight around here with COVID-19. And when this happened, the first thing I thought of is, how are kids going to have access to books?
Right.
And
right.
we allow our authors, they're all on YouTube reading their titles. But there's a lot of copyright infringement laws around that, and some kids don't have access to internet. So how are they going to get books in their hands? And so the thought that you're actually traveling, it reminds me a lot of the Little Free Libraries and their mission, right? To just have libraries all throughout with these free lending communities. So I hope that people listening, bookstore owners or, librarians can really think about this and think about the fact that a mobile community might be the way to go. I mean, look, right now, still our library is still shut down. So
ours is too.
You know what I mean? And so if you were to have even in a crisis like this, if you had a mobile option, you could still get books out there safely with masks and hand sanitizer and whatnot. So, and so when are you hoping to launch the mobile version of your store?
Right now I'm simply looking for a vehicle.
Okay.
I am, the sole operator of Mocha Books. I get a little help from my family and my children, but other than that, it's just me. I literally do everything. So I have to find a vehicle that I can drive because I cannot see. I'm like 5'2". So
I'm 5 foot, so I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't. The thought was to have a nice size 15-passenger van that I could pull all the chairs out, like an ice cream truck. I want to be going down the street with Reading Rainbow playing and, all that. But I'm like, wait a minute, Shaka, you can't drive that. So,
you might have to get like a truck driver license to make this happen.
Right. So I'm like, I think I'm going to start and look for a little minivan and then we'll go from there.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Now, when you were talking about the mobile, I kept thinking of the vehicle from Scooby-Doo for some reason,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
driving down the road. And just imagine though, going into the communities and the kids see your truck, they're going to get excited. Right. And okay. So tell me, what books are you going to share with us today?
I have a couple. Let's see if I don't know if I can flip this around. There it is.
In an online bookstore, I feel like you had like this sense in 2017 that this is the way things were going to happen anyways. You know what I mean? Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, I feel like, everybody, it's convenient. So everyone likes to be online. So I definitely wanted to start there. Okay, so this is B is for Breathe. And it is our bestseller. And it goes through the alphabet and it talks about emotions and how kids can express themselves. So it just goes through the alphabet. It has, positive words and things like that. And it is by Melissa Boyd. She's actually overseas right now. She's in the military. She's doctoring, COVID and things like that. Which
oh my gosh.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, this is a good title for those tuning in. If you're a librarian or a bookstore owner, right now I have a direct connection with the educational community and a lot of educational influencers since I was a teacher for so many years. And our children need help with self-regulation and emotions.
Definitely.
And especially not being able to go back to school in a lot of these communities. We need to think about the kids that are home in these situations where school was a really healthy outlet. And so books like this can help teach them coping mechanisms. All right, give me the next one.
This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a person on top of my bed. This is probably one of my favorite books by an independent author. It's so stinking cute.
Well, think about it. There's a monster under my bed, but what about this? There's a person
right,
outside my bed.
right. And that's exactly why I love it, because it's teaching kids, you know, don't judge off of what someone else is telling you, off of someone else's opinion, you know, judge yourself. Because the little girl, let's see if I can find it, even though there's a monster on the cover, she's, goodness, where's the page? She's saying how, you know, monsters are scary, and she doesn't like it, but the monster is actually the one who is scared of people, which is, it's so cute. And it's
glasses.
Yeah, she's so cute. And it's, you know, it's basically just, you know, judge off of your own opinion. And they get to see each other in their own light, and they get to learn about each other. And the monster is, you know, he's like, oh, someone told me that you were scary. And she's like, I'm not scary. And then she's like, well, someone told me you were scary. And he's like, I'm not the scary one. So it's just really, really, it's really, really cute. So yeah, that is definitely one of my favorite. It's by Nicholas Sampson. He has another one also. It's Imagine This. So I love that. And this one, The Magic of We, I do not have this one in stock yet. It was given to me by the author for our literacy club. I also have a literacy club. So all these books right here, they are literally free. I get books from reviews. I get donations. And so when a kid finishes a reading log, they complete a monthly reading log, and they can choose any book they want. So, you know, kids like to read, but no one likes to be forced to read.
Yeah,
and no one likes to.
And is this digital? So would they submit it online and then they are able to have the book shipped to them, or is this only local?
It's both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
The part about that I like about it being local, well, I can't really do it right now, but at the end of the month, you know, I get everyone who turned in a reading log, and I have, like, you know, kind of like a pizza party. So that's what I like about it being local. I try to get them into, you know, more things and not being stuck at home, and, you know, having an incentive for them to enjoy reading.
Yeah, that's awesome. Growing the love of reading. Okay, so this one is called The Magic of We, and tell us a little bit about what this book is about.
This book is simply about love. And it's, you know, everything that they do together is just showing how much they love each other. They just want to be with each other. And what brought me to this book to love it so much is it's just the illustrations.
Yeah,
they are so cute. Yeah. It's just magical. And even though they're not that vibrant, it just has a lot of joy in here. And I love it. So yeah, this is my favorite. My favorite used to be Corduroy, but after I read this, I was like, yeah, no, this is it.
And for those of you tuning in, you know, Shanka, I wonder if after we're done, if you could go in the comments on the Facebook video and put a link. I know you don't have a link for Magic of We, but the first two books, if you could put a link to purchase them right from your website, that would be fantastic.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes.
So that we can get sales going directly to you. So this has been wonderful. And I do want to ask one more question, which I did not tell you this was a question. So hold on to your horses. So how do you connect with authors? Like, how do you find, I mean, you said that one of those authors sent you a title. Are you reaching out to authors to find out new work, or tell us about how you find these new titles?
It's both, actually. When I first started out, I was in a Bookstagram. First of all, Bookstagram, Instagram, books. The community is so huge. I would have never known the amount of authors that I know or the books that I know had I not joined that community. It's phenomenal. So when I started with, there's a lady named Charnay Gordon, and her Instagram profile is Here We Read. Have you heard about that one? Right. Yeah, she's so awesome. But she started a Bookstagram tour So she was reaching out to authors and asking, and sometimes the authors were reaching out to her, and they would send a group of us books to review. So we began to do that. And then, we kind of separated. I think it was just a lot going on. So after that, I just continued to keep going. So I kept reaching out to authors. I kept finding authors. The hashtags are important.
Okay.
I tell authors that a lot. Make sure that you're hashtagging correctly, because that is another way that people will find you.
I'm going to pay more attention to your hashtags then.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I started that way. And what's crazy is, I honestly hate paying or charging for free for some of the things I do. So like, I have an author profile, I do interviews with authors and things like that. And at a point in time, it was all free. I was just like, I want to help everyone. And then it became, okay, I'm helping everyone, but it's not doing anything for the bookstore. Like, I won't be able to continue.
How did that work out?
Right. It didn't work out very well. I was at a point where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And, I was putting so much into myself and into the bookstore, and I'm a pre-K teacher's assistant and a mom. So I'm like, there's just way too much going on. I'm doing way too much for free. So I had to start charging for things. And then the support has just been really, really great. Even when I said I didn't want to do it anymore, I had people reaching out. Some of the books that I have a title, Mama, Did You Hear the News? I have The Gifted Guitar. I have A Draft in the Gym. I have a few titles that I have where authors sent me like a stack of books, and they were like, sell them and keep the profits. And I'm like, what? That is just like stuff like that. Like,
did we send you some books? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
Not
then
yet.
we should.
Not yet.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. I think that's a good donation right there. Yeah. No, you can. I mean, but I love that you talk about community. And one of the last things, we were talking about it before we went live, that I do want to bring up is I had someone reach out to our company, Cardinal Rule Press, on Instagram, and they said, do you have a list of Black-owned bookstores? And I only knew of a handful, 3. So I wanted to connect with you afterwards, and I'll make sure to gather that list and post it on our social media so that we can highlight Black-owned bookstores, because like I said, somebody reached out, and that's how I learned about you, was from Instagram. And I do believe the community is great. I don't think we do such a good job at hashtags, so I'm going to be following your hashtags, but I really, really appreciate your time today. This has been so great. And we, Cardinal Rule Press, we will get some books in the mail to you. And again,
thank you.
Yeah. Probably Dazzling Travis and Cookie and Milk. I don't know if you know of that title, Cookie and Milk, by Michelle McAvoy.
I've heard of it.
Okay. Yep. So we'll get some books in the mail to you. And this has been wonderful. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you tuning in, please join us next week. So we've been going live every Thursday. And again, this is like nothing that we're charging for. This is just about a community thing. Like Shanka was talking about the importance of community. I'm your host, Maria Dismondy from Cardinal Rule Press. You can watch the replay on Facebook Live, or it's going to be on Facebook. And I just want to thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
All right. Bye.